Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. We're hanging out with you guys till 1:30. We'll have Matt Hahn, he always does. We'll have Chef Lionel will join us today, talk about some of the new menu items that you can find here inside the Sportsbook at LaBerge. And college football action's hot and heavy already. We got Texas Tech, BYU going on, Penn State, Indiana going on.
Georgia, Mississippi State.
Georgia went up, or Mississippi State went up early, but Georgia's probably going to run away with this thing.
Yes, I think they scored. I don't know if they scored a touchdown or they got really close. Like as I was going to live bet them plus or minus 7.5.
Yeah,
and they scored like as I was at the kiosk, and so it grayed out as they updated the odds.
That's disappointing. That's disappointing. You missed it.
Yeah. Don't forget James Madison.
Denied.
Yeah, James
Madison and Marshall.
James Madison.
7-1.
Yeah.
It's a very intriguing matchup.
I might go take a look through one of the kiosks over there and see if they have the
playoff odds,
the non-Power 4 playoff odds.
Yeah.
Because I saw it, because it changed pretty dramatically after last night, after Memphis lost.
Yeah,
so
Memphis was a favorite.
I think the betting favorite now is back to USF as the non-Power 4 team to auto bid, and then North Texas, and then James Madison. Those are the top three now for most likely to make the college football playoff. We'll talk a little bit Rockets here. We'll talk Texans. We'll talk some Astros as well. Kind of mixed bag of stuff today. We'll have some fun. Jeremy and I, we're discussing our top hotel shows. So since we're staying at a hotel, we're also going to discuss that. And we'll talk about Tom Brady. I know you're a dog guy.
I am a dog guy.
So we're going to talk about cloning dogs as well. We're going to just hit it all today on the show. All the big stuff on the show. Last night, game 1 of the NBA Cup. The Rockets took on the Spurs, and the Rockets lost. Sean, I'm curious, my co-host of Rocket Power, which you can watch on YouTube every Friday and 6 o'clock on the radio, how you felt about the Rockets game last night and what transpired.
It felt like it was the type of game where you really see the weakness of this team, and that's the turnovers that they had. Just way too sloppy, way too many turnovers to win a serious game. It's what we talked about on Rocket Power, which you can find on YouTube right now, where it's like, these NBA Cup games like actually do have a level of not quite, it's like pseudo playoff feel. Yeah. Maybe it's like first round of playoff feel where it's like, no, teams are going to try to exploit your weakness and you have to be ready for that. Right now, the Rockets really aren't.
Yeah, the turnover stuff there's just a level of sloppiness that comes with this team.
Yeah.
And I
think it's like they start with like 15 turnovers, and then like add to it as the game goes on.
And the worrisome part, I think, is now they're gonna add a point guard at some point, right? We're all in agreement. Like they're gonna add a point guard.
Yes.
It's gonna help solve some of that problems.
Yes.
But there's also a level of sloppiness from some of the other guys on this team. We talk about Alpi has had that problem where he's just kind of careless with the basketball at times.
Durant had 8 last night.
I was gonna say, Durant hasn't protected the ball well this year either.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think it's because like these are guys that should be playing with the point guard. Like they're being asked to do too much ball handling for, and as we've seen this season, most nights you can get away with it when you're playing the Grizzlies, when you're playing some of these lesser teams. But, it was a problem against OKC, and OKC's actually one of the best in the league at forcing turnovers. But this San Antonio team isn't, and they made you look like that. And so that's the thing where it's learn on the job for Amin Thompson's learning on the job to a certain extent for Alperen Şengün on how to be the primary, caretaker.
There we go.
Of the basketball. Wow.
Happy Saturday morning, Sean.
Yeah.
What's in that cup, bro?
Yeah.
Water. Not coffee, I think. You're not a coffee drinker, though.
No, I'm not.
You might need to be now.
Maybe.
Cam, I don't know what you think of what you saw last night, Cam.
I mean, kind of with y'all, just the frustration of the turnovers because, when you're looking at that first half, and I know they kind of got down in the third quarter, but all the stats on paper, if you looked at it, you'd be like the Rockets are ahead by like 12 points because they were out shooting them from 3. They were out shooting from field goals. I know the Spurs had more free throws, but the Rockets were hitting it at a higher percentage, out rebounding them. But it was like, those first half turnovers was 14 of them, and it led to like 24 points for San Antonio. And the thing, too, is San Antonio, they haven't had Fox, and they didn't have Dylan Harper. So, even though San Antonio is a good 5-2 team, this is a game that the Rockets should have easily handled, especially with Tari Eason shooting lights out. But, yeah, to y'all's point, when Amin goes out, I get that Reed Shepherd is probably shooting the ball better than we're thinking, but he's also playing so bad on defense, and he just looks so indecisive when it comes to like trying to like make a play. It's just like he's not a point guard. He's a two guard. So, yeah, you definitely have to get a point guard in the future for sure.
It's funny just like looking at the raw box score of last night's game because you have 23 turnovers. They had 20. You out-rebounded them 41-40. You have basically the same amount of points off those turnovers. Like, statistically, they're almost the same in every category. They're close on assists. You're close on steals. Same amount of blocks. Yet you lost by 10. And that's where it feels like with Reed Shepherd. The fact that they keep having to go to the zone that because he's such a problem on defense.
Yeah.
And so it's good coaching from Ime Udoka to recognize, like, we have to put this team in a zone when Reed Shepherd's on the floor because they're going to attack. So it's good coaching. But the problem is I don't think they play collectively that good in the zone either. So it's their best option when Reed Shepherd's on the court, but it's also not great for them as a team. So I like Reed. Like, I want to be in on Reed Shepherd. And, like, the numbers are good. He's shooting, like, 40+% from three.
I mean, last night he was one of the best Rockets.
Yeah.
Like, last night, 16 points on 60% from the field, 6 assists, 1 turnover. Like, you look at that and you're like, I mean, if he could do that most nights, like, you would actually just trade the defense. Like, you don't need him to be Gary Payton out there. It's just when it's, like, not – the opportunistic steals, when it's not the quick hands and stuff, it is just tough for him against an NBA offense.
I mean, there seemed like there's 4 or 5 plays where he got beat, and then it's just a wide-open layup, and everybody's standing around just kind of like hands in the air, like, all right, who was supposed to switch to that? Like, it's just, I don't know. But, yeah, offensively, I'll take 16 and 6.
It's just the other side of it.
Yeah.
And you know, with Ime, like, that's not going to work. He's going to want to change. Like, you think about long term for the Houston Rockets. In a playoff series, Reed's not playing. Well, like, if this is his defense.
No.
Like, whether you trade for a guard or not. Like when Dorian Finney-Smith comes back, like the way Josh Okogie's playing right now, who had 5 steals last night, continues to be the best, like, pickup, one of the best pickups, honestly, in the NBA in terms of, like, how much you paid this guy. You paid him $3.1 million for a year, and he's been a monster for the Rockets.
Would you say that he's been the best Rocket on this season when you take into account his expectations, like Ryan Hollins said?
Yes.
A week ago?
We made fun of Ryan Hollins for saying that because he's so hyperbolic in all the things he says. He says crazy stuff.
Oh, he does.
We've been pulling it now for Jeremy and Joe and, like, been dedicating time for it. Did you hear the one he said the other day?
No.
There's so many, it's hard to keep up.
He said Kevin Durant's mid-range jumper is up there with the Jordan fadeaway, like the Dirk one-handed, like the Dirk, like, 1-foot shot. He compared it to one of the best shots of all time. And you know what he left off? The Dream Shake.
Oh,
like,
come on.
He put Kevin Durant's mid-range jumper as one of the best shots ever in professional basketball.
I mean, it's a consistently
he put it
good
up there
shot,
with the skyhook.
No.
Like, it's crazy.
It's one of those things where it's like he's one of the best mid-range shooters, but it's not like a iconic shot, you know? Like, all of those are like iconic, like, moves. It's just like, no, he's just really good at shooting those. Like, that's
but he's also like 6'11", so those mid-range shots where he's 4 inches taller than the person guarding him. Yeah. Sure.
It's like that's where, like, Hollins just has to take a deep breath sometimes before he starts putting things in.
It's like the Michael Scott thing where it's like sometimes I start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going to finish. Where it's like
especially since the Dream Shake, like, you literally have players that come to Olajuwon to learn that move. Like, people don't go to – I mean, I'm sure people look up to Kevin Durant, but it's not like, hey, bro, can you come train me with this mid-range? Like,
because they all can do it. Like, they all can take a mid-range jumper. It's just his list so much better because he's 6'11", as you pointed out, and taller than everyone. And it goes in a lot of the times. Like, it is a great shot, but it's not like a iconic jump shot.
Like, they're not going to make a logo out of it.
All those, right. I was going to say, all those you can do, like, the silhouette thing, and, like, you can tell what that is. Kevin Durant jump shot, you're like, he looks skinny, so I'm going to go.
It's just like a toothpick shooting a ball, like stickman character.
Tall, skinny guy.
I don't know. But maybe he was right about Okogie. Like, based on expectations and, like, what he's done, he's been an excellent player for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah. I mean, the expectations were
5 steals? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hit multiple threes the game before that. Like,
yeah, he's been
Headband
amazing.
Okogie.
Yeah, I wonder because when Finney Smith comes back, the conventional wisdom is that he'll take Okogie's minutes, but it's like if he plays like this, you can't take him out of the line.
No, I think the way it's going to end up playing out is just everyone else's minutes are going to come down a little bit. And
Yeah,
they'll
I
just
do-
go a
yeah.
little deeper into the rotation. Because, I mean, Ime has been pretty light this season, and it's pretty unsustainable, it feels like to me, if having Kevin Durant play 34 minutes a game, which I know he's not averaging that out, but it feels like most nights he's around like that 34-minute mark. Like, I think we'll see them pull back a little bit on some of the other guys' minutes, and that's where DFS, like his minutes, will come into play here.
Yeah, Shagun's at 36, Durant's at 35. So yeah, I could see that ticking down a little bit, but honestly, not that
Not a ton.
much. Yeah.
It's just like it'll balance out. He might go down to 33 minutes.
Yeah,
a game.
or just more. We still haven't had like the Kevin Durant off day. We haven't had, we have had an Adams off day against Memphis. But it's like just when you get into the grind of the season, like guys are just going to be out, and that'll kind of it'll figure itself out.
Yeah, I mean the Rockets have I think 8 back-to-backs, 8 to 10 back-to-backs this season, but their first one's not till December. Almost all of their back-to-backs are in the 2026 calendar part of the NBA season. So I think you'll have DFS back at that point. I mean,
you should.
Yeah, I think
so.
I think it's like mid-December was his timeline.
Yeah.
So you'll start once you start having the back-to-backs, they'll come into play. But
and Jason Tate's 2 minutes a game is going to go away, so that'll go to DFS.
I mean, I assume that's because it was a 10-point game at that final. I
was like,
know
wait, he's still on the team?
Yeah. You saw him against Memphis too. It's
Yep.
That's normally when he plays. It's against Memphis, against Brooklyn. Those are the Jason Tate minutes.
Their next game will be against the Bucks on Sunday. That to me is just like kind of see how they rebound from this one. Obviously, going on a 5-game win streak after the first 2 losses of the season, playing another freak in Giannis after playing Wemby, which actually I think they did a solid job.
Yeah, it was
last night.
It was, and another one where like Şengün can kind of get shots off Wemby. He's kind of, I mean, at least to me, the only guy in the league that like can consistently go after Wembanyama like that. Everyone else, like when you have success, it's because you go away from them.
And I don't know if he finished in the plus, but for the longest time, Wemby was like negative 16 in the game. Like he was not playing.
Yeah,
it's 3 games in a row he hasn't played very well.
Champagny was the one that killed
God
him.
Almighty, and Harrison Barnes. Good Lord.
It does feel like after because I was driving last night, so I was kind of rewatching it at 2 in the morning last night.
Grinding.
I was grinding, trying to just fast forward. I was watching 6x speed, just as fast as possible. It does feel though
that they're very fast. Yes.
That there's gonna be some juice to this rivalry here a little bit.
Yeah.
It feels like this is. There's gonna be something here. I mean, honestly, even eventually between Dallas too, because it feels like. I mean, they're pretty bad this year. But eventually, I think Cooper will be okay, and there'll be some juice there. But it does feel like there's gonna be some juice here between the Rockets and the Spurs, which is good. Like you need a rival.
Yeah.
That's also you're gonna play more frequently than hopefully than like you did with the Warriors.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's kind of how NBA rivalries are. It's that you have your Celtics Lakers, but for the most part, it is just kind of like by phases of being competitive. Like Cleveland and Golden State, they don't have a rivalry anymore. They did when they played in the finals every year, and they played on Christmas every year. That's how those things get made. So the Rockets and Warriors, that's another one where I guess they played last season in the playoff, but for before 2015, the previous 40 years of Rockets basketball, no one cared about the Warriors.
Yeah.
So it'll be a cyclical kind of thing, and it does look like the Spurs, Thunder, and Rockets are kind of 3 teams that will be competing against each other for a while in the West.
All right, we'll take our first break here. We're broadcasting live from inside the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. We got our first college football playoff rankings this last Tuesday. A couple games going on right now with major impact on that, specifically the BYU Texas Tech game that's on the big screen here inside the book. But we'll talk about what we saw in those rankings, where we disagree the most. We'll get to all of that next. It's Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, and Joe George broadcasting live from inside the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles.
You're listening to The Bullpen,
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios located at La Berge Casino Resort, Lake Charles. Here's Joe George, Brian McDonald, and Sean Mapes.
Joe, Sean, and Cam here with you till 1:30, and then the Aggies will knock us off the air a little early today as they get ready to take on the Missouri Tigers. We saw the college football playoff rankings come out where A&M is ranked third in that. Before we get to it, yesterday, apparently, I just saw this tweet. Lance Zierlein just quote tweeted this. Apparently last night in Plainview, Texas, at a Tootin' Totten gas station.
A what?
Tootin'
Totten
Okay.
gas station in Plainview, there was a three-way coin flip
Oh, yeah.
to determine a spot in the Texas high school football playoffs because Amarillo was forced to vacate 6 wins due to an ineligible player. They still won the coin flip, though.
Wow.
That is the most Texas thing ever.
Justice have been served.
Didn't somebody – wasn't that that was a real thing, too, with the Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
Like, that's how they used to do that back then. They would meet up at, like, a Dairy Queen and just flip. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. Like, that's such a high school football thing. Well, it's really not, though. It is a college football thing now, too.
Yeah, it's a pro thing.
Yeah.
They do coin flips to decide lottery odds.
It's why the Rockets don't have Wembanyama.
Yeah. The Rockets and Spurs did a coin flip.
Yep, and the Rockets won the coin flip.
Yes.
And then they didn't win the lottery, but they did. So they would have lost the coin flip.
They would have
had Wembanyama.
They would have had the number combination that was the number one pick.
Which is crazy to think that they were a coin flip away from getting Wembanyama. Not even the lottery odds. The coin flip is what
50-50.
lost them that. The fact that they won the coin flip. Like, that's what's even worse about it. It's not like they lost the coin flip.
Yes.
If they would have lost the coin flip and then Wembanyama went there, like, that's fine.
Makes you think, what's the most you've ever lost in a coin flip? To quote my guy Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. A lot of guys lost. I'm not saying it's more than what those guys lost, but it's close.
Sean, I might have to this might have to go on like the Mount Rushmore +1 of things that you should determine by coin flips in life.
That would be a good
college
one.
football or high school football playoffs.
School playoffs, yeah.
Who plays in a conference championship game in college football?
Yes.
Turkey or ham sandwich.
Yes, just like anything.
Will you shoot an air gun at the convenience store clerk like my guy Anton Chigurh and No Country for Old Men?
All those things.
What a diabolical way to put somebody out.
Man had a code. A code.
So on Tuesday we got our first college football playoff rankings.
Coin flips.
Ohio State number 1, Indiana, A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, BYU, Texas Tech is 1 through 8, and then we got Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma 11 and 12. But as of the rankings, it would be Virginia in instead of Texas because they're the ACC, the top ACC team right now. And then Memphis was the highest ranked non-Power 4 team. Well, they lost last night, so that changes. My first thought on that when I saw the rankings, though, was can the committee just
give them 25?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put them at 25. Like, I just want to see that they're in the ranking.
Yes.
Like, they don't actually have to be the 25th best team in the country, but just put them in the top 25.
Yeah.
Or that's option 1. Option 2 is you have to just keep going until we see Memphis.
Oh, just rank them
so
to 30?
If they're ranked 45th in the country, I want to see the next 19 spots or whatever until we show your work.
Well, you can do the complete rankings technically.
Do they have that?
That's what on the ESPN it says complete rankings. Oh, but it stops at 25.
Yeah, it stops at 25. Yeah.
What's the point?
I mean, honestly,
just keep going until you get to Memphis.
You can even go the other way and be like, why do we have to rank the top 25 teams if only 12 of them are going to make it?
Yes.
You're doing twice as much work for very little gain. But yeah, I think that the last playoff spot, like that American or JMU or San Diego State kind of spot, it'll be interesting because most years there is kind of like one team that's head and shoulders above the rest in the American or whatever conference. Boise State last year, where it's like obvious throughout the time, and this one it actually will be like a race to see who gets that spot.
Yeah, which is so I don't mind it, but it's just it's such an unknown. Where it could change now every single week, and the same teams could Memphis could have kept winning. But we like North Texas game better than what they did. So now we've got North Texas as the last team in. So it's just I kind of wish they showed their work a little bit more so we could have just a better idea of like that non-Power 5 team because it was so obvious with Boise last year. Yeah. It didn't matter. And then Virginia, we'll see. I mean, their schedule's cake. So they're going to play in the ACC championship game. It's just, are they going to win it or not, it feels like, at this point.
And they're also a team that's not like – they haven't been blowing teams out. They, there's a little bit of –
they keep playing in overtime games.
Yeah, will they turn into a pumpkin at 80 points? So, yes, their schedule is cake, but it's also like they might lose to cake. Like they could just also be cake, and they've like Texas high school football playoff decider, just be winning these coin flip games.
Yes,
and ending up on the right side of like, okay, you beat UNC by 1. You beat Washington State by 2.
3 of their last 4 games have been overtime wins.
Yeah.
They beat Florida State in double overtime. They beat Louisville in overtime. And then they beat North Carolina in overtime.
They know how to win.
They do know how to
Winners
win.
win.
Oh, no, 3 of their last 5 because they played Cal. Anything else from the top 12, though, as you look at it, stand out to you? Because I think I guess the general point there is you got to be in the top 11 for sure. If not be in the top 10 to secure a playoff spot.
You probably have to be in the top 10 because I'm not sure if an ACC team will jump into ahead of. I mean, I guess if or if Oklahoma, Texas, Notre Dame lose, then
they'll move up.
And guess what? Texas, Notre Dame, Oklahoma fan base. You don't have to worry about the playoff rankings anymore if you lose. So I think that it'll figure itself out. I mean, just like looking at Texas, their remaining schedule, they have number 3 and number 5. So if they win, they will be in. If they lose, they will be out. It's not that controversial to me that they're number 11. It's actually not really consequential. They could be 14. I'd feel the exact same way where it's like, well, they got to beat Georgia next week or else what are we talking about?
I mean, I feel like it's an easy layout for Texas because, like you said, if they win, they automatically they definitely deserve to get in. But if they lose, then it's clear as day they don't deserve it. So
and there could be if they split those 2 games and they're 9-3, then it's like you probably need help. Thing is about college football, you'll probably get the help in November. These teams lose. We all look at these schedules. We look at a Notre Dame schedule, and we're like, they should beat all these guys. It's like, but they might trip up. That is just what happens.
I mean, that UT A&M game at the end of the year,
that could be eliminated.
That's going to be a huge game.
That could
be
be the season for Texas. Yeah,
because it even feels like if Texas loses by 3 to Georgia, but then they beat A&M, they're going to have a real argument as a 3-loss team. It's like, okay, you've got 2 losses of your 3 are to Ohio State and Georgia by combined, let's say, 10 points, but then you beat A&M and you're in the best conference. There's going to be a legitimate argument for a 3-loss team. But again, the problem is that if the ACC teams don't move up above 10, it's going to be hard to find your way in.
Yeah, you're going to have to really move up, and probably you'll need to move up. You'll probably need one of the Big 12 teams, BYU, Texas Tech, to lose. You kind of need the right things to go your way if you're 9-3 and trying to get into this thing. I mean, same thing applies to Alabama or to Oklahoma because they play Alabama later in the season. So there's still a lot on the table for a lot of these teams. I mean, all the ACC teams are basically still in it. Vanderbilt's still technically in it. If they run the table, they'll be 10-2. They have a chance to make it. So there's a lot. You can go down to 19, 20 as far as teams that realistically can say that they can play their way in still.
I'll tell you, I'm as a Notre Dame fan, I'm a little nervous.
You have 0 margin for error.
Yeah, not even just that, but okay, let's say next week, let's say in the next couple weeks, Georgia and Alabama are not going to fall out of the top 10 if they lose to Oklahoma and Texas.
No.
They're still going to be in that top 10, and Texas and Oklahoma would move up.
Yeah.
Kind of putting Notre Dame in that 11 and 12 category, and their schedule's not tough enough to where
they'll get that bump.
They'll get bumped. Yeah. They're not going to get a bump. So even though Pitt's in the top 25 now, it won't be enough. They're ranked 24th, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I'm there's a chance where I could see a path where Notre Dame doesn't lose again the rest of the season, and still does not make the playoff if the SEC teams that are lower ranked end up winning. I just don't think Georgia falls to 10 if they lose to Oklahoma. I just don't see it.
Yeah, to me, the path is there. I just find you would need no other chaos to happen. You know, like just
but there will be.
Yeah, there'll be a team, that loses. Indiana's in a fight right now with Penn State. Like it's just like one of these things will just be weird and unexpected, and that's what makes college football.
This one's going to be the interesting one to me. It's because like Texas Tech's up 13-0 right now, so you got the number 7 team versus the number 8 team. You would think that like if BYU loses, it'd be hard to move them outside the top 12, but like they're big underdogs. On the money line, it was BYU plus 300 last night when I saw it.
Yeah, they're 2 touchdown underdogs.
Yeah, so it's like, well, like they're not really like Vegas doesn't view them as the number 7 team in the country, and I know it shouldn't matter, but it does. Like it's the people in this committee, like they're humans. They take all the data they have in front of them. They use their data.
It's the same data that the committee's looking at is the same data that Vegas is looking at to say that they don't think that this team is really good. Now, they do weigh it, if you look at the rankings, they kind of do go by loss number. Like, they'll group together all the 2-loss teams together. They'll group together the 1-loss teams together. And so I think they have, they're one of the last undefeated teams in the country, so they'll naturally rise up. But, yeah, I think that once they become a 1-loss team, which they very might do because they're down 13 and it's 1st and goal for Texas Tech now, that they might be a team that tumbles all the way out. Or not all the way out, but all the way out to 15 or something.
Ken, what's your college you root for?
He roots for A&M.
I mean,
A&M
and U of H.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously A&M because we do them at the station. But, my mom and sister went to A&M, so I've always been a big Aggie guy. And,
makes sense.
I love my U of H football, but
hey, they won last night.
They did, but they also had a horrid loss against West Virginia.
That's
so,
right. I firmly believe that they will play well, I don't know if it'll be in the 12-team playoff because it might not last very long. But Willie's going to get them to a playoff berth. I think pretty quickly.
I think so too. And honestly, they have a pretty. I know they're in the Big 12. It's going to take a couple years to get that recruiting up for them. I mean, but they have some legit players.
They have the number 1 recruit in the country, I think.
Yeah.
Or the number 1 quarterback, at least, in the country coming next year.
And I think like a top defensive player.
Yeah.
So, signing Willie was, I mean, it wasn't obviously like he was going to turn that program over in 1 or 2 years. But the fact that they're 7-2 right now, or 8-2, 7-2, regardless, is if you're a Cougs fan, you have to be happy about this.
Yeah, even though no one went to the game last week.
I mean, nobody fills that stadium.
It was crazy, though. I was like, man, you've got a number 22 team in the country, and, like, I was kind of expecting there to be more people there at that last game.
It's just they're not – they're a good team, but they're not, like – they're not really exciting. Like, they have a really good defense, but that offense is so inconsistent. You'll have one game where they can run the ball all over the place but can't throw it. And then the next game, it's reversed. And it's like Connor Weigman can throw it for 290 yards, but Dean Connors is averaging like 3 yards a carry. So it's just like there's no consistency offensive-wise. It's just defense. But, nobody – I mean, I'll go to a game.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
A lot of people won't, though. But, I mean,
I
think that's part of the reason why the Fertitta Center is as small as it is, like, because they want to make sure it's always full. And it's always full. Like, it's an incredible environment. But, like, they made that stadium the right size.
Oh, yeah.
I think. All right, we'll take our break here. Let's have some fun. It's the weekend. Let's talk cloning dogs. Let's talk about hotel shows we like to watch. We'll get to that next year. It's Joe, Sean, and Cam Smith broadcasting live from inside the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles.
This is the Bullpen,
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at LaBerge Casino Resort, Lake Charles. Here's Joe George, Brian McDonald, and Sean Mapes.
Back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, Joe George, Sean Mapes, Cam Smith here with you until 1:30, broadcasting live from inside the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. Reminder, it's your only place here in Lake Charles that you can place wagers on all of your Houston area teams. You can do your 20-leg parlays. You can wager on games and accidentally bet only $5 on them.
Hand up. It's me.
Guess what?
I don't know why. I was just like autopilot, just because I do $5 for the prize picks that I do every day.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing a read every day and I'm doing a lineup every day, like I'm not trying to lose money on this sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
So I just $5, and I just autopilot last night. I thought ahead, planned ahead, wanted to get in the bets for the 11 o'clock slate, and just $5. $5 on the under in Texas Tech BYU, so I'm looking good.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I'm going to win $9.70 on that. So
I realize
winning is winning.
Yeah, winning is winning. Like, hey, being up is up.
Yeah, just stack the W's. Now, it would sound better if I was winning like $40, but hey, listen.
Hey,
whatever.
that covers your Taco Bell deluxe package thing, whatever you get.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, that does cover that.
I kind of did the same thing, though. I had $25 in there, and I bet $20 on a game. It was my last one. I wasn't feeling great about it. And I looked, and I had $5 left. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, why? Like, what do I bet $5 on?
Yeah.
So I went first touchdown Roma Dunze tomorrow for the Bears. Those odds are crazy.
Will he catch the touchdown, or
has
they'll
to.
throw it to him?
I hope so. I mean, after his
Tell his dad,
his dad threw a temper tantrum on Twitter this weekend.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. So some guy tweeted in October, for some reason, while Roma Dunze was catching a touchdown in every single game for the first 4 games of the season, some guy tweeted, trade Roma Dunze to some team that throws him the ball. And James Dunze, this weekend, he did the pin emoji, and it went 11 million views the last time I saw it. Of people and like
so the entire population of Chicago and like
and probably
Illinois
and and it's stupid because like he leads the team in targets, but he only had like 3 targets in the last game. One of them didn't come from Caleb Williams; it came from Cole Kmet. He dropped it anyways, and he dropped the touchdown.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's one of those where it's like he had to talk about it this week, and he did a great job. But I'm like, this is so stupid. We have to talk about this. He's like, I don't know. It's my dad, basically. He's like, my dad has his thoughts. They don't reflect mine. Like, I don't know what else to say.
That's hilarious.
And it's just like, yeah, that's parenting.
Been there.
But it was funny because what happened was, the 2 tweets before it, he was retweeting on Monday Marvin Harrison Sr. talking about how the Cardinals don't get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball enough. Yeah. And then on Monday Night Football, Marvin Harrison Jr. had the most targets he's ever had in his career. So, like,
Jacoby.
It, like, validated James Dunze's, like, thoughts on all of it, like, as the Monday Night. So he's like, see? Dad says throw my kid the ball. It works.
Yeah.
Watch Roman Dunze get, like, 10 targets
I will
on
say
Sunday.
Marvin Harrison Sr. has a little bit more cachet as far as
you don't say
than James Dunze.
If Marvin Harrison Sr. tells me something, I might listen more than James Dunze.
Yeah,
that's me.
So Cam, you got a dog.
I do.
What are your thoughts on Tom Brady cloning his dog?
What a world we live in these days. That's
Are you running
crazy.
for office?
I love my dog. I have a T-shirt with her on it that says MVP.
Yep.
You will not hear from me for weeks once she goes to heaven.
Yeah.
But after watching Pet Sematary, I don't think I would ever attempt to. Well, I guess that's different. That's bringing her back as opposed to cloning.
Yeah.
But you don't know. You're physically, I feel like I would get her, but I might not get the same dog.
What if she's a bad dog? Like you clone your dog. The personality is the same. So what if it bites you?
That is a different horror movie concept.
Because then I feel like it ruins both dogs.
Yes,
in a way.
Yes, because that's the thing. So I wouldn't say I did research on this, but I did. I clicked
It
around.
does feel like you and Dell would have like most in-depth conversation on the station about this.
I clicked around a little bit, and so Barbara Streisand has also cloned her dogs. This was like 5 years ago, this article. She cloned her dogs, and she cloned one dog 3 times,
Dear
basically.
God.
And what she said was that each one of the clones – it's a funny way of saying it – each one of the cloned dogs has its own personality.
Yes.
To which I say, then it's a different dog.
Yeah,
like you could have just gone to the
literally,
pound.
literally.
And gotten this. Probably not the pound. Go to whatever Barbara Streisand dog breeder,
Yeah.
whatever. But you could get the same breed of dog that looks relatively similar, mostly the same, and it'll also have a different personality. You could just saved yourself so much money.
Yeah.
And you don't
'cause I think
bring
it was
in the ethical concerns of playing God in this scenario.
I think it was like $50,000.
Well, that's
I mean,
pocket change
yeah,
for Tom.
Yeah.
Brady, he makes that per play that he calls
Yeah.
for Fox. Like,
$50,000 to clone a $500 dog. Like,
what are we doing? What are we doing, guys?
It's crazy.
that's when you have unlimited amounts of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose why not?
Now,
Yeah,
what,
but like, my questions are like the other stuff they're trying to clone. Because like,
okay, I was going to say, what do you feel about the idea that, and I'm not saying I have this theory, but I've seen this theory that this is part of the company, a company I think Tom Brady invests in.
Mm-hmm.
This is, dipping their toe in the water of like, hey, can we clone dogs? Hey, can we maybe clone Tom Brady at some point?
that's okay. Yes, because they're also the company they're trying to clone dire wolves and bring them back.
My God.
Oh, and like woolly mammoths.
And
or
woolly
whatever?
mammoths.
Yeah.
So like, as Brian said the other day when we talked about this, I've seen the Jurassic Park documentary. I know.
I was just thinking that in
like,
my head.
This company is going down a path that is a bad idea. Like, if they're successful with dogs and then they're successful with dire wolves and woolly mammoths, dinosaurs are next, and then Tom Brady's not far behind.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite thing I saw about this that's so funny is this company, or Tom Brady apparently did give his DNA for something like this in 2003. I don't know if this was a bad Google AI article, but it was in North Carolina. And it lines up with the age of Drake May. So it's what if Drake May?
This has to be a bad AI article.
Oh my God.
What if Drake May
He has
already?
4 brothers.
What if Drake May already is a Tom Brady clone?
What if the 4 brothers are the failed clones?
Yeah, the May family is
Yes.
I mean, Luke May was fine, but he was a better basketball player.
I was going to say they're
Oh,
all,
yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
athletes at UNC. They just weren't
Yeah.
football players.
Yeah, but Drake's the successful Tom Brady clone.
I have a question.
Yes, John.
If you clone the dogs and they have different personalities,
Yep.
then this clone Tom Brady would also have. I mean, he might be Tom Brady, but he might be the lazy pothead version
That's
of
what
Tom
great
Brady.
That's what I was going to say. If there's a Tom Brady clone, and you cannot guarantee that it has all the intangibles that Tom Brady has, all the personality and what makes Tom Brady, but it is the NFL draft, and this prospect is 22 years old and available to draft, would you draft clone Tom Brady number 1, not knowing if he'd be the competitive psychopath to be Tom Brady?
That's just a
seven
gamble.
times.
Yeah, I
Super
mean,
Bowl
you
winner.
have to. It's like, am I going to get Tom Brady or am I going to get Tom Jamarcus Russell Brady?
Yeah, are you going to get
who am I getting?
Are you going to get Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Who are you going to get? Yeah,
I think my first question in the interview at the Combine to Tom Brady clone would be, do you follow what's it called?
TB12?
Do you follow TB12? If the answer is yes, then I would probably take him. If he's a psychopath and doesn't eat tomatoes because they're bad for you, according to Tom Brady.
I feel like if you're raising the Tom Brady clone, if you're the company that's raising the Tom Brady clone, wouldn't you put him on the TB12 method?
Yes. So I guess the question is, do you enjoy being on the TB12 method?
Okay.
If the answer is yes, then I'd be like, all right, I think I can take a flyer on
If you
this
could
kid.
spend one night in whatever city I'm the team of, what would you do? And if he doesn't say eat avocado ice cream and look at my playbook,
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm out.
Or doesn't
If he says,
marry a Brazilian woman? This isn't him.
Yeah.
If he's dating a white girl,
Yeah.
nope, that's not Tom.
Trade.
Now, if you were
Well, to be fair, Tom was married before he got divorced.
yeah, he was.
Oh my God, he was in the league so long I forgot about the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one.
Yeah. If you were to clone would Tom Brady be the number 1 overall pick in the clone draft, or would there be another quarterback?
So we went through this on Jeremy and Joe. It's like we did Houston athletes. Mm-hmm. The number one answer was very clearly Dream.
If you were to clone an athlete?
And like put them on a Houston team today, was Dream was the number one answer.
Not Moochie Norris?
They need a point guard.
They do. I think Dream could play point today.
Point center?
Yeah, point center.
I mean, Jokic.
Yeah, like Jokic. He could be Giannis. Like, he could do what Giannis does. Why not?
The Astros need pitching. I'm going Randy Johnson.
Okay, great
Randy
call.
Johnson. I would go Nolan Ryan over Randy Johnson.
We went through this debate. It's like, which one do you choose? Like, do you do, like, Verlander, Cole, Nolan Ryan,
Clemens.
Randy Johnson, Clemens?
I think you do Clemens.
I'm with Belmer. I go Randy Johnson.
I go Nolan Ryan.
Oh, man, Randy was so
Do
nasty.
you get,
You get the peak.
But the thing with Nolan Ryan is how durable he was.
Yeah, but...
But if you raise him in 2025 and you have him pitch,
300 innings and striking out
like
380
I feel like his elbow would explode.
Yeah, would Nolan Ryan's arm hold up to spin rate? We don't know the answer to that question.
Could. He's a clone. He could be more powerful.
Yeah, but his elbow might also fall apart. He might be Lance McCullers.
Oh, biscuits.
Do you just do Verlander for like certainty of like, hey, I know I'm getting a Hall of Fame pitcher who can pitch in this climate, who can pitch in this,
that's why
this era of spin rate.
I thought a little bit more about it after the show for some reason.
You might have to clone Mike Hampton since Mike Hampton can pitch and hit like Ohtani.
Now,
I mean,
White Ohtani?
White Ohtani, I'm dead.
You know what?
Mike Ohtani?
Mike Hampton might be the choice. I'm only kind of joking when I say Mike Hampton might be the choice.
So what you said about
Mike
the
Hampton.
quarterback, is he the right quarterback to clone? Okay, let's go back. To this, Let's go back to this personality thing for a second. I got a quarterback in mind that I'm hoping when I clone them, I can change their personality.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Oh,
a little bit. Okay, we're gonna connect these conversations.
Okay.
Can I clone this man and make sure he doesn't do dog fighting? Like
Michael Vick.
Yes. Like, can I get the Michael Vick of the Eagles where, like, there's no dog fighting.
Straight and narrow.
And he's learning, and he's actually learning the playbook. Like, can I get Michael Vick in an environment in which he is can I get real Tom Brady to raise clone Michael Vick?
Wow. Real Tom Brady. Okay. I can wrap my head around that.
All right. Well, this conversation's been fun.
I think Mike Vick's one of. I mean, maybe like Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Would be another one. I mean,
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Cam Newton.
I was like, who said that? Oh, yeah.
You're like, what a good thought that I just had.
Yeah, wait a second.
Yeah, no, I think Cam Newton's up there. It's funny because it wouldn't be the list of greatest quarterbacks of all time. It would be the list of the most physically talented quarterbacks of all time. Because that's all you can ensure.
Yeah.
You can't ensure that you're going to get
That's a very good point.
The between the years stuff.
So then you would have to honestly bring. I know it's crazy because he was a huge bust, but if we're talking physical specimen, and you get the different personality, would you not attempt to clone Jamarcus Russell?
I'd be tempted.
Like, you'd have to be.
I'd be tempted. I would raise him in an area where there's not a lot of good food, so he weighs a little less.
And make sure that he watches film.
I have questions about how these clones get raised that we're just glossing over.
Well, someone's got
like. There's an entire like.
Well, you feel like someone's got to adopt him at this point, right?
Yeah.
So they're like foster kids, I just have so many questions about how are we keeping this? They're not getting raised in like a lab? Would it be like a lab type environment?
No, you got to raise them like.
Would it
in,
be
like
like Alien
world.
Earth?
Yeah.
Would it be like how they raise those kids in Alien Earth? No, it has to be better than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has to be in the real world at some point.
Like Superman.
You can't cage them.
Yes.
Drop them
just
off
like
with
Superman.
drop them off with like Nebraska farmers.
Yes. Drop into Kansas, into
Smallville.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yes. Find the equivalent to Smallville and drop off Michael Vick or Jamarcus Russell there. All right, we'll take our break here. We're being expected to be joined by both Matt Holland here, one of the managers of the sportsbook, and Chef Lionel during the remainder 45 minutes of the show today before A&M gets ready to take on the Missouri Tigers. So we'll talk a little Texans. Davis Mills versus Trevor Lawrence. We'll get to that next here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
The Bullpen is broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at LaBerge Casino Resort, Lake Charles.
On ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Now back to Joe George, Brian McDonald, and Sean Mapes.
Back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, broadcasting live from inside the sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. Always a great environment. Probably going to get a little more packed here. See a lot, not as much maroon as we saw last time. I still see a lot of maroon, though. Big spot for the Aggies out here. Also, they got the brand new VIP fan cave sections that right when you walk in, they're to your left and your right. You got really nice chairs, 4 TVs set up, which you can choose the 4 games that are on, or back there right now, there's a Texas Tech group, so they got the game just on one, using the 4 TVs to make one big TV. So really cool thing you can do. So all you do is go to the LaBerge website, click on the sports book, and you're able to use a QR code to get hooked up with Pedro Muniv, one of the multi-outlet general managers here, and set up your stay. Last time we were here, they said they're already getting conversations about Super Bowl, and before you know that, be March Madness, which this place is awesome. I hope we come back during March Madness again. Our first ever trip was during March Madness.
Yeah, I always forget about that. We went here like 3 different times before ever coming here for like a football weekend.
Yeah.
So
we came here during baseball season. Yeah, that first one was March Madness.
And we had one that was like supposed to be during a McGregor fight, but
got
that
canceled.
didn't happen. McGregor,
that
Chandler.
was, I think, the last time I came.
Yeah,
that was when it was supposed to happen. Yeah.
We were here for the Tyson fight. Tyson Jake Paul.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that bout
where I learned that Russ was like, we don't let you bet on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was like about the tone that Russ, one of the guys here, gave me with like, yeah, we don't do that.
And honestly, one of the funniest moments ever here was when we saw all of Mike Tyson's cheeks.
Yes.
Because remember they were in his locker room.
But of course, yes.
And then everyone just like collectively like kind of groaned and laughed at one time as the sportsbook was full, because this place was honestly like as packed as it was for a college football Saturday for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, which I thought was crazy. Yeah. It was insane how busy it was in here.
Because that's one of those fights where it's probably going to be so cringy, you have to be a part of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
It's like watching reality TV. You're like, know that this is trash television, but my eyes are going to be glued to it.
Yeah.
All right, so the Texans play tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
They're
speaking of
cringe.
I was going to say ass cheeks.
Yeah.
Both work.
It's one thing to not have C.J. Stroud, but I can't believe the line. I think the line's still at 1.5 right now. I mean, you've got Davis Mills is starting at quarterback. Your right tackle's out. Your right guard is out. Jalen Petrie is out. It is a brutal set of injuries for the Houston Texans tomorrow. I mean, their season's like, I guess it's not technically on the line. I mean, I think the season's over.
I think with the loss, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, if the Texans have any prayer of making the playoffs this year, they have to go 2-0 the next 2 weeks. You have to beat Jacksonville. You have to beat the Titans. It's just going to be a bad football game tomorrow. The over/under in that game was 37.5 right now. It is just none of it looks appealing, to be honest with you.
No, it's going to be a tough watch, I think. And yeah, I mean, we were surprised last time we were here that the Texans offense, how it looked against San Francisco. That was a much more healthy Texans offense than what we're going to get here tomorrow. Or not here tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be betting on that game tomorrow. Maybe the under.
Maybe.
I mean, it might be an ugly game, but I think that there's...
Well, because Brian Thomas Jr. is out too, and so is Travis Hunter.
He is, and I'm not saying Jacoby Myers is like some elite specimen, but
it helped.
Put him in a good system. Yeah, I mean, he put up numbers with the terrible quarterbacks that they have with the Raiders, but I mean, I don't see why the Jags are not as good as they were when they first played them. Like the Jags are not who people thought that they were. Like they're not. I guess they have a winning record, but they're not. They don't scare anybody.
No, it's just like the injuries are so bad, and like we've seen this team not be able to execute in the red zone, obviously. And you don't have Kaimi Fairbairn either tomorrow. Like that does feel like that's going to matter. I mean, he scored all 15 of your points last week, and now you have a backup kicker who's on his 3rd team this season. His Wikipedia, again, is incredible to look at. He's been on like 20 teams or rosters since 2020. Only one of those was a UFL team. It was the longest Wikipedia list I've ever seen.
What a great resume.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Like, when you update your LinkedIn when you're done kicking, That's
Yeah,
that's gonna be hard to go through. Like 20 different stops.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how long were you a member of the Texans? Oh, a week.
Yeah.
I was a member of the Houston Texans for only 1 week. All right, we're gonna take our next break here. We're broadcasting live from inside the sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. We got new menu items coming. We got new menu items right now, and we'll be joined by the chef here at the sportsbook. That's coming up next year on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, Joe George, Cam Smith here with you for this segment as we broadcast live from inside the sportsbook, inside LaBerge in Lake Charles. I'm ready for the show to be over because I'm ready to eat some food.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm hungry.
Me too.
I went and got some breakfast this morning over at Modern Pantry, but it's not the same here. We're joined by Chef Lionel. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How you doing, Chef? Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on.
Fantastic, brother. Thank you for having me.
So, I know right now it's the busy season, and you've been here for a couple months. Yeah. What's the chaos like back there? Let's start there. What's it like on a Saturday, on a Sunday? We were here 2 weeks ago, and this place was packed with Aggies, and it's crazy. So what's it just like back there on the weekends?
The biggest thing is we know it's coming, so we're prepared. We're mentally ready to go. I got all my people in place. And we just try to stay one step ahead because we know we're just going to get smashed when these games start kicking off. So we're all hyped up, just like, I'm the coach back there. So I'm like, rah, guys, come on, let's go. Let's get ready. So that's how it is. It's like being a coach back there.
Yeah.
Good. No, that took me off my thing.
Yeah, that's right.
No. So I know this is probably going to seem like an odd question, but I know when you're coming up with a menu, because I've had to do this in past when I had like a taco company, you don't want to judge a book by its it's cover. So I know a lot of times, like, the names that go to, like, the certain food items that you're creating, there's a process that goes into that, because you can't just be like chicken sandwich on the menu, because anybody can see chicken sandwich and be like, it doesn't matter what the ingredients are, they see chicken sandwich and they're like, that might not catch my attention. So what goes into, like, coming up with these, like, creative names to draw that eye to that menu item?
Really, I like to get the entire team involved as well. So, we'll come up with the menu, and then we'll come up with the name.
I got
so,
you.
Yeah, we're in the area, Saints fans, Dallas fans, so the Big D Burger, things like that are indigenous to the area. So we'll try to get creative and get, people's eye to the menu items as well. Get them involved as well. I talk to all the guests all the time, so.
I like that.
When I get their feedback back, I say, hey, what would you like to see on this? So they'll tell me, and I'll see if I can add it or integrate it into the menu.
I got you. And are y'all like, because I know a lot of places, based on, like, how busy they get, like, seasonal and year-round, sometimes they'll kind of have, like, a seasonal menu. Do y'all kind of stick to the same thing year-round, or do y'all kind of switch a few things up based on, like, the season and stuff like that?
Yeah, we definitely will switch up a few things, add some specials. Like, it's going to be cooling off a little bit, so we want to add gumbo to the menu.
Nice. Makes sense.
So we'll integrate that probably in the next month or so, And then, along the holidays, we'll do a few things. This ain't really a big holiday venue. But we said, hey, let's do some cool turkey sliders, you know what I mean? So, let's do things that are tailgate ready, so we'll get a little creative.
Feels like it might be this year. I mean, now that Texas A&M and Texas are going to be playing on Black Friday again, and there's the Bears play on Black Friday too. They play the Eagles. So all of a sudden now the day after Thanksgiving has turned into a big sporting day. There's multiple college football games that day, which
yes, for sure.
is not great for people that do like things that like we do, where it's like we have to work on the holidays.
Right,
then. But what's your favorite thing here on the menu? You got one. What's your go-to item?
I mean, my favorite thing is a burger, because the burger is a go-to everywhere. In the entire country, the burger is the biggest seller. So our burgers are phenomenal. So I'm working on a triple burger here. So I just want to make it bigger, Texas style. Everything is bigger. So we're gonna do some bigger and better things as far as the burgers go. The wings are always a big hit. Add some new sauces. There isn't a teriyaki sauce on there, so we want to get creative with some new wing items as well. Pizzas, I want to add a few different flares on the pizzas as well. A nice barbecue pizza. A margarita pizza. So.
And you guys do the full wing still, right?
We do, absolutely.
Yeah, which I love. I mean, it's funny. It works out. My wife didn't make this trip, but one of the reasons why we always get the wings when we come here is because she eats flats only. I really only eat drums.
My wife, yeah.
So, like, we kind of we order and then we just split them in half.
That's
She's
perfect.
happy. I'm happy. Like, we're good to go
exactly,
in the moment.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
For
Now,
sure.
one of our coworkers who normally comes with us wasn't able to make this trip. Now, he's a brave man, because one of my favorite things I've seen is we've been sitting here in the sports book, and he's had to ask them to bring him glasses of milk because he's eaten this Death Valley burger.
Yes.
So have you partaken?
I avoid that at all costs. Trust me. I don't even like to go scoop it. It's so powerful.
I know how to make it. I don't need to eat it.
It looks like the hot. I like hot, but that's to a level of like when I start hearing ghost pepper stuff, I'm like, no, thank you.
I might have to try that tomorrow on my way out.
Before you drive 2.5 hours?
I mean, I don't want it to ruin my my system tonight while I'm trying to have fun. I want to ask about the ribs, because obviously there's a lot of ways to do different ribs, and I see y'all have St. Louis ribs, which, if I'm not mistaken, those are usually grilled as opposed to what you see a lot of people in Texas do, which is direct, kind of indirect heat, and like smoke it. Right. And also a lot of like ribs done in like down in Texas and stuff. Obviously, they're a little more. What's the term I'm using? Moist, or just kind of like a wet rub, as opposed to St. Louis, which is more of like a dry, like pepper rub. So, what made you go the St. Louis ribs route as opposed to like, I guess, a more traditional kind of like being close to Texas style?
It's a little bit more meatier.
Okay.
And we elected to do a deep fried rib, so that was even different. So we coat it, and it's deep fried. Sometimes we even double batter it. So it kind of reminds you of a chicken fried steak. It's delicious.
Which is one of my favorite things to eat
and
ever.
then we serve it with a white pepper tasso gravy. So you're dipping it in there, man. It's amazing.
Okay, that might be the move.
And then we also do a pepper crusted rib as well, and it's with a black pepper sauce.
Okay, yeah.
With some sauteed red and yellow bell peppers.
I think that's the one I was looking at. Yeah.
Go with the deep fried though. You cannot
Okay.
go wrong
Okay.
there. Absolutely.
Is there? I mean, yeah. I don't know. Anything else we should know? Like in terms of like what's like, we got to try this one and got to try this one. What's your recommendation?
Do you
to other
guys
people as
like
well?
pizza?
Yes.
Have you tried the cracked pepper chicken pizza?
I have not tried that one yet.
You need to try that. So it's got the chicken cracklings on there, tossed in that black pepper sauce, with jalapenos and onions and peppers in it. It's really good.
I don't think I've ever seen or heard of anything like that.
Yeah, it's totally different, but it's
And
really
that's,
good though.
that's for sure one of the new menu items on here because I don't remember seeing that one the last time I was here.
That should have, that was still on there.
So when do you like? You said the triple burger and things like that. What's kind of your rollout process?
I'm working on that
Okay.
right now. So what we're doing, like we'll get in the kitchen and just start getting creative, make them as a special. Hey, this is tonight's special. Let's see how the guests like it and get some feedback.
Gotcha.
And then I have all the staff eat it as well, so I get feedback from them.
Family dinner?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes, for sure. And then I want my input from my chefs back there. Hey guys, how do you like this? We were working on a Creole cheese sauce the other day.
Okay.
So we worked on it. It wasn't spectacular, but we wanted to be spectacular before we rolled it out to our guests.
That makes sense.
So it's a big process back there. So I'm going to be rolling out a new menu probably the new year.
Okay.
But it's going to take me from now until then to get everything in place.
I got you.
So
when you're implementing a staff, obviously like in every profession, when you're hiring a team, you have people that do certain things very well. This person does something very well. When you're implementing a staff, are you looking for people that kind of specialize in different areas or people that are just kind of good with everything? Like how do you go about that?
none of that.
None of that.
Because you know what? I can train them how I want them. I want people to be like me, even-keeled, a good temperament. We can talk back and forth to each other.
Gotcha.
I don't want. There's no yelling, no screaming in that kitchen.
So have
we're
you
all
seen
on
The
the
Bear?
same page.
The TV show?
Yeah, absolutely.
So nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like
that. No, I mean I was in that environment when I grew up as a young chef, and I was tortured. And I said I am never going to do that to my guys. So back there, it's fun, it's innovative, lift up, encouraging them all the time, giving them high fives, like a coach. That's exactly what I do with those guys.
That's awesome.
And they appreciate that. They love that. The environment is fun. We're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
We're enjoying everything that's going on. We're eating. We're tasting. It's a good environment back there.
I mean, the kitchen is already stressful enough. Why add that added pressure?
Exactly. Why should I start screaming and everybody's going to be thrown off? No, I keep it cool.
That's awesome.
Because if I break down, they'll break down. I never do that.
Well, Chef, thank you for joining us. It's nice to meet you.
Anytime.
I love coming out here and part of it's look, it's always a good when you have good food. It always makes the experience even better. Like sports are fun,
For
gambling's fun, but you add good food on top of that, it just makes it
Absolutely. Yeah,
an
you
even
can't go
better
wrong.
experience. So,
Sure.
thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Oh, anytime,
nice to
guys.
meet you.
And
Thank
when
you.
you're in here, let me know you're here so
Absolutely.
I can take care
Thank
of you.
you.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Guys.
You're listening to ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, broadcasting live from the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles.
It's the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Now back to Joe George, Brian McDonald, and Sean Mapes, broadcasting live from inside the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at LaBerge Casino Resort, Lake Charles.
Back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, broadcasting live from inside the sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. Joe George, Sean Mapes here with you for our final segment of the day. We're off a little early today as the Aggies pregame show starts at 1:30. Getting ready for them to take on the Missouri Tigers. We're joined by our guy Matt Holland now.
What's up?
How's everything going?
Going good, man. Another beautiful Saturday. Got a decent early slate of games. Actually, it's starting to get into like the rivalry, sequence or part of the season with college football. So Saturdays get a little bit more intense.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited to come this weekend, but I'm ready for the December trips because we're coming. We're coming for conference championship weekend. We're going to be here for the first round of the college football playoffs. Like seeing the rankings on Tuesday, I was just like, okay, I'm ready to come back and be here during the college football playoff. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh, it's awesome. And I like the venue's always a little bit better to me when there's it's like a movie theater event. It's one singular focus. We can blow out the big screen. The audio gets jacked up. It's a better environment. Sure, it's awesome during Sundays whenever you have 8 games on at the same time. You can see every single one of them. But when everybody's locked and focused on the same game, it adds to the ambiance in my opinion.
And that's something we got last time we were here with the A&M LSU game. The A&M LSU
never
game?
happened.
Yeah, okay.
It was a great day for you.
Yeah,
it was
exactly what
you
you
got
wanted.
exactly what you wanted.
5 hours earlier when you were talking to us, that's what you wanted.
I was so relieved. I've been walking around. I feel like I've lost about 10 pounds. It's just having that burden gone.
Have you moved on to the next part of, do you have a target that you want for anybody?
Anything's an upgrade. I mean, but it's the coaching carousel right now for college football. This is a really just insane off season. You're going to have the Penn State opening. I mean, I've heard rumors about Tennessee maybe moving on from Heupel. I mean, Florida State, LSU. It's the Ole Miss has got to be shaking in their boots right now because even if they want to keep Lane Kiffin, it's going to cost a fortune because everybody is going to be. I mean, his agent is just salivating right now.
And then talking about how wild the carousel is. Whoever LSU hire, if they do hire Lane, if Florida hires Lane, well then Ole Miss is opened up, and then whoever Penn State hires, that job is opened up. So it'll just keep spinning and spinning. So right now it already looks like it's going to be a crazy cycle, and it's only going to get crazier once these hires start happening. And for a team like Wisconsin, who announced yesterday or 2 days ago that they're bringing back Luke Fickell, I think some of that comes from a little bit of skittishness of do we want to be in this market this year?
No, you don't. It's the bidding war is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you're starting to see names float around for some of these jobs, and it's I can't imagine. Now, I love this coach. I think Pat Fitzgerald is an incredible football coach, and he got screwed at Northwestern. But I see people starting to connect him to the Penn State job, and I'm like, I don't think Penn State people are going to be thrilled about that. I think they should be, but they're going to hear if it's Pat Fitzgerald, the former Northwestern coach, the guy the team that got our coach fired and he wasn't even the coach there, that's our replacement for James Franklin. There's going to be a lot of teams that are very underwhelmed. I don't think that'll happen to your LSU Tigers.
Well, I mean, the thing about the LSU gig is I think that no matter the problem I have is that everybody is throwing their name in the hat.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the Robert Griffin thing where I think the honey badger wants to be the coach.
I'm sure I also want to be the LSU coach.
I put out on Twitter, I also want to be the head football coach of LSU. Doesn't mean I'm qualified for it, but it's one of those things that LSU is in a weird spot right now. I just want them to make the right hire, not the flashy hire, make the right hire, because I think the culture shifted under Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
And it shifted away from what we are. And I just want to get back to a place where I can look at that program and be like, I want to root for that team.
Yeah, and talking about the sexy hire versus right hire, I mean, I was talking with Russ about this, with the LSU job of how many jobs are open. They're not all going to get a splash hire.
No, they're not.
Florida, Auburn, LSU, if one of them hires Lane Kiffin, that would be a splash hire. Then Ole Miss is open. Someone's going to have to hire a defensive coordinator. Someone's going to have to hire an offensive coordinator. And guess what? Ask Georgia how that went when they hired Nick Saban's defensive coordinator. Ask Ohio State how it happened when they hired Urban Meyer's offensive coordinator. Ask Texas how they hired
Absolutely.
You could hire a coordinator and have it work out. Everyone just gets so they go star hunting, and that I think that was a detriment to LSU last time they hired. They wanted a big name. They wanted a big pelt. Scott Woodward's not going to be making the call this time, so I wonder if there's going to be a different mindset when it goes into them.
I think there will be, but the other thing that I think is really important is that the LSU administration has gotten out in front of it and said that Landry is not going to be involved in the hire, because I think that also added to the circus.
Yeah,
is him going on Pat McAfee's show, going on, getting on SportsCenter, everything else like that, saying that I'm going to be involved in the hiring process and everything else like that. It's like that is not your job.
Yeah.
And so what incentive does a big name hire have to come to LSU when they have an administration that's meddling in the situation, everything else like that? Come in and coach the team.
Yeah.
And as far as like all the job openings, let's say Lane Kiffin does have his pick of where he wants to go. If he goes to Florida, he's competing with Miami and Florida State. If he stays at Ole Miss, he's obviously king. He's the king over there. He's competing with Mississippi State. If he comes to LSU, you're not competing with anybody.
Yeah.
So I just think as far as like the hires, that is the LSU is probably the best hire, and that's not me being just selfish or wanting my team. I just think that the crop of athletes that come out of Louisiana, if they stay in Louisiana, it's really talented. And, you can be in contention for a national championship every single year, especially when the players want to play for you, unlike Brian Kelly.
And they want to play for your school because, again, you have no decommits, which is absurd.
Penn State fired James Franklin, and immediate all decommitments, had an empty class. The complete opposite with LSU. I think that speaks to the strength of the job.
Have you been to Tiger Stadium?
Not yet. I'm going to go next year.
Okay, so we're gonna make that happen, and you'll understand why people don't decommit.
Yeah.
Some people say Disney World is the happiest place on earth. It's not. It's Saturday night in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah. Let's get to a couple of games that are coming up today. Feels like, we were talking about this earlier.
I'm just getting here, so I haven't seen the numbers. So
okay.
We're just going off the top.
Kirk Herbstreit goes on Pat McAfee's show. He whispers, I'm taking Iowa. Feels like everyone's taking Iowa today. The line at this point has moved to 5.5. I guess it's going to be cold, and, I guess we'll start there. What do you do with, these Big Ten teams? We're still early in the process.
I don't know.
Because it's I don't know how Oregon plays when it's 25 degrees outside.
But it's also Iowa, and I just don't trust Iowa to do – I can't have faith in them to do anything offensively. And I know Oregon's coming off – I can't remember if they had a bye week or not last week. But I know, they're going to be coming off a loss. I think they're incentivized to play hard. And, I just trust Oregon to put up more numbers. And I think Iowa's is always – they're going to try and keep the game low scoring and close. I just don't think they have enough – I just don't think Iowa will ever produce enough on offense.
Yeah, both teams are coming off a bye this week. And I was able to get Oregon -6 because of the uncertainty with what they can do in offense. It's going to be bad weather.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad weather for Iowa's offense, too. And I know they are the most equipped to win a game without offense. But
they're used to playing in that hell.
Yes, but I also think there's just a certain body type that Oregon's going to have, that advantage travels in the cold weather.
I agree. I just have more faith in Oregon.
And it's not like they're a bunch of Miami guys. Oregon gets pretty all those guys own winter coats. Yeah. Those guys aren't going to be scared with them.
Yeah. You were spot on, obviously. I don't know if it was biased because you wanted to get rid of Brian Kelly, but you were spot on about A&M. A&M
They didn't win by 30.
No, but they did cover.
They did. They definitely covered.
They're 6.5-point favorites today versus Mizzou. This feels like I have a hard time, the old A&M. I would say this is a letdown moment, but they're very good.
Yeah, this is a good team, and this is a well-coached team. I like Mike Elko. I don't like A&M as a – it's just, the nature of me, or the contrarian or whatever else like that. But I can also separate that and recognize when a football team is well coached and executes the way they're supposed to. I think Missouri is going to be a contest, but I think A&M wins.
Yeah, I think they have a good matchup with they have one of the best third down defenses in the league or in the nation, going up against a guy making his first start. That's
a problem.
That's a problem. Even though it is in Mizzou, that to me is a problem for the Tigers.
Are you a believer in the coaching firing bump that happens? LSU's 10.5-point dogs, and a lot of people really believe in that. When a coach gets fired, that's the play next week.
It's the play. It's an obvious play. No, I don't. I think Alabama. I can always watch their quarterbacks and be like, that's not a good quarterback, or that's not an NFL quarterback. This kid terrifies me.
Oh, he's awesome.
Simpson is so good, and their receivers are really good. I think that it's just the defense. I think the offensive line is just sustained too many injuries for LSU, and I don't know if Nuss is playing. I don't know how they're going to, maybe they start the backup, see what they got going forward. I think that the team is going to play hard. I think they're going to play motivated. I just think Bama is the better team.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I would imagine you're hoping that Ty Simpson.
It's not like we can tank for draft picks.
Yeah.
I just want us to go out there and compete, man.
Yeah. Look, I'm just glad you came on with us this week. Thought you'd be mad at me still.
No.
I saw.
Be mad at you
because of last week's Bears game.
I'll unplug your microphone. I swear to God. I figured we would do this tomorrow. I figured we would hash this out tomorrow.
I know, but I couldn't.
Tomorrow's the pro show.
I couldn't resist.
It's fine. But I do have a little bit of PTSD. I can't repeat the words on air. We are a Disney company or whatever else like that. What was going through my brain as that was happening? But
same.
Yeah, exactly. But you were using the same words in a positive way.
For a second, for like one play.
Yeah.
Everything before that, the 49 seconds,
all bad.
2 touchdowns.
All bad.
Crazy. Like it was. One of the most.
We can hash that out tomorrow in detail.
Yeah.
I will not be wearing my Bengals gear.
It felt like a. It just felt like
I did that.
It was like a Big 12 football game.
It really was.
Is what it was.
It was comedic how bad it was.
Yeah.
There's certain games that you watch and like this is awesome. Like I remember the 13-second Chiefs-Bills game. Like you're watching that like this is amazing football. That was not what we witnessed last week. That was not amazing football.
It was bad football.
It was so awful.
Yeah. It was.
470 yards is what old man Flacco threw for.
Yeah.
And you know what? I might as well play defense for the Bengals at this point.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. We're veering. We're veering.
What do you think of the college football playoff rankings?
It's fine. It's fine. I still think Indiana's going to be a 1 or 2 seed. Ohio State's going to be a 1 or 2 seed. Bama's going to get a bye. I just beyond that, it's going to be whoever's fighting for the last bye spot. I thought everything was well within reason. I think Memphis loss shakes things up a little bit. Now it's kind of wondering who's going to be that group of 5 team that gets in.
Yeah, the thought that was going to be one of the American teams, and well, every week one of these American teams loses.
Yes, nobody is setting themselves apart.
Yeah, it James Madison, a team like that can play their way into it. And just looking ahead to today, comparing it to the last time we're here, is it going to be like that for LSU, Alabama? Are we thinking, or is it because of it's a 10-point spread, fire their coach? What are we expecting the atmosphere here at the Sportsbook?
Tonight, there'll be people here watching. I think there's going to be a bigger crowd for the A&M game because that game matters more.
Yeah.
And it's weird. This is, as a local guy, the LSU fans don't necessarily come to this venue in droves. You saw that with the Texas A&M game. A lot of the LSU fans, they stay local. They stay at their house. They have parties. They have get-togethers, things of that nature. So you're not going to see a raucous LSU crowd, but you will see people here for the venue. There's also a smaller UFC card that will be showing tonight. So it'll be a more diverse, group of people.
It definitely is. I'm surprised it's so much more A&M than UT.
It's a destination event. This is a destination place. And so a lot of our Lake Charles, Louisiana pays the water bill. Texas pays the power bill.
Yeah.
And, a lot of, people from Texas A&M, one of their hubs is Houston.
Yeah.
And so people come up to take the 2-hour drive over here.
Yeah.
The one day I'm dreading, I am not looking forward to being here, is Black Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Texas and Texas A&M.
Can I ask? I have an honest question.
Yo.
Extra security that day?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like,
we take that stuff seriously.
Yeah,
I'm not joking.
You have to.
Yeah, we will absolutely.
I mean, when we're talking about the dates that we're going to come here, Joe threw it out there, and I was just like, I'm not doing that.
No,
I am not. I am not doing that.
He's a UT guy.
I hate both teams equally, so I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit back and laugh because somebody is going to leave this room miserable.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'd rather be in my house miserable.
It's safer. It's safer.
I'd rather do that.
I don't know. I'm assuming I'm going to be miserable that day because I'm expecting like Jalen Hurts to rush for 300 yards against the Bears on Black Friday.
That's a very real possibility.
I'm very annoyed that the Bears have to play on Black Friday, that I have to work the day after Thanksgiving. I just want to take off like everyone else and just enjoy college football that night.
No.
Well, Matt, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.
Sounds wonderful.
We'll rehash the Bears-Bengals game a little bit more.
We'll play by play.
Add some more PTSD.
All 22.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, he is Matt Holland. He joins us every single time we're out here at the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. That's Sean Mapes. We had Cam Smith on with us earlier as well. That's going to do it for us today because we have A&M versus Mizzou coming up. Reminder, great place to come. New VIP fan cave sections that you can book online. New menu items coming up. And currently, we just had Chef Leonel join us to talk about what's going on with the menu. Obviously, all the games on, 20-leg parlays, straight-up bets, college football playoffs, Heisman odds.
All your futures.
All your futures you can do. And importantly, most importantly, you can bet on all of your Houston teams here at the Sportsbook at LaBerge in Lake Charles. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Aggies coming up next. Peace.